been a while since I've done an update on the Camaro. The only change on the engine is the 95mm ZR1 throttle body. They use the K-Tech adapter. It's very close to this idler pulley, so I gotta check to see how much clearance I have there, but I think the solution is to run a smaller idler pulley, so I have to look into that. The engine mounts, it's very difficult to see from this angle. There we go. So I drilled the hole out in the original LT4 engine bracket, large enough for one of these threaded rod ends with a bushing in it, and then I'm going to make a stand that comes off of here, and that'll give me some adjustment. Really hard to see it there, but there it is right there. So that'll give me some adjustment on the height there and get her all leveled out. If anyone's wondering, LT4 headers do clear the C6 cross member. We got lots of room there. They also clear the C6 torque tube. I've got them unbolted here now, but I did have them all connected. So they clear the C6 torque tube. That's an early C6Z06 from a T56 car. It's a longer torque tube. And there's the back. And then we're into our TR6070, and then the late C6Z06 differential. And everything bolts together. GM was smart enough to leave all the splines the same. I still need to get the brackets. Actually, I probably won't run the stock differential cooler because it uses transmission fluid, I think, because it's a plate style cooler that bolts onto here. So what I'll probably do is come off of the back through the pump out to just a regular cooler in the back here somewhere. That's still to be determined, and then back into the differential there. So that's still small stuff to work out. So that's all done. Inside the car here, floors are in now. Still got a repair to do on the toe board up front, and clearance a little bit for the headers. The transmission tunnel, I cut the top. I put a whole new floor in it from, I can't remember who the floor is from, just a replacement one-piece floor. I cut the top of the tunnel off, and I added this space between for the torque tube. My shifter will come up through right around here somewhere. I've built a little cardboard mock-up. The tape is falling off, it's so hot in here. For the transmission tunnel connection and for the firewall. So it's actually about 5.5 inches back. Here's the piece I had bent up. It's just a piece of 18 gauge with a 70-degree angle. Comes 5.5 inches forward. So I need the engine out in order to do that, but I just wanted to get this proper, and then I'll have to cut into the inner cowl panel here and weld all that in. And once that's in place, then I'll connect the two through here, and then when I have my connection done, then I'll grind back what's around the back and fiddle around with this. The pedals are going to be interesting. I think I have to kick the clutch over probably 2 inches and then bring the brake pedal in, and then that'll give me enough room for my throttle pedal there. But this turned out all right. Still got a little bit of welding and cleanup to do. But connectors are through the floor, welded in. I got a little bit more welding to do on this side. This all needs cleaned up still, but This is the convertible brace, which I took off, installed the floor, welded the floor underneath here, and then reinstalled this, notched it around. So that gets me from here to the frame connector and then right out to the rocker. I think that's gonna make a big difference. This is plug welded through to the frame rail that goes up here. Transmission cover here, which is done in 12 gauge with a piece of 120 wall 1-inch round tube at the front that goes down below the floor, and I'll show you how that's going to connect. So this is what I'm working on now. I've got the piece from here, just working on it. Still need to trim it up, but that's the piece that's going to weld in there. It needs to be flattened out a little bit. It's part of the rear section here that I just trimmed out and reused. I'll fit that into that space and then do a butt weld and clean that up and then close in around here, and then I'll work on the firewall. I want to finish this back section first, and I need to put the floor, the seat supports onto the floor. Before I do that, you'll see I've got some holes drilled here, some 1/4-inch holes drilled around here, up through here. That is for, stuff falling down. That is for these supports. So these are for the convertible. It's a little dark under here, but you can see where I've drawn the line in my chalk on the floor there, where that goes. I have the rear sections clecoed in place. They come right out to the rocker here. They're gonna weld to the subframe connector front and back. Same on both sides. You can see the line here. And I've drilled my holes there. So I'm gonna place these in and plug weld them from the front, and then I'll do a weld around the edge also. And then I'll take these back ones out as well and do the same thing. Then